Hey folks, how you doing? I'm just going to make a really short video today because apparently some people like regular updates on channels, not like a video every year or two. So let me just walk you folks around the yard, show you a few cool things, and maybe what I'll try to do is work in some of these shorter videos with the longer ones and keep you guys, you know, up to date on what's going on with me, and just kind of make it fun for me too. It takes a lot of work to make the long videos. So today is today. Whatever day you see this video, I've literally filmed it this morning. But we just had 2 days of rain. We had one night of just absolutely crazy rain, and I just wanted to show you my Impatiens got clobbered. Now, because today is today, it is late October. I think Halloween's like in a few days. So don't take this out on the Impatiens, just take this out on the weather. And I'm really debating whether what I'm going to do with these Impatiens is just go ahead and cut them all back to like here-ish, about 8 inches, give or take. Just give them a heavy pruning, bring them inside, and see if I can keep them going through the winter, because I really do like them. After the rain yesterday, this plant blew over and some of my elephant ears blew over. And this plant is, it's Farfugium Japonicum giganteum. And I don't know which plant's foliage I touched, but either this plant here or possibly this elephant ear. You know, one of the leaves broke when it got blown over yesterday, but I touched it with my left hand, and within 10 minutes my whole hand felt like it was on fire. It was like a chemically burn, and I was out, and all I had was disinfecting wipes in the car, and I kept wiping my hand trying to get it off. So I think it was the elephant ear because of that break there. There must have been a lot of sap. So, but whichever one, both those plants, I will wear rubber gloves from here on out whenever I'm going to touch the foliage, which I usually do. With elephant ears, I usually do put on leather gloves if I'm going to, when I come back to prune this one leaf. And then anybody who was following the vole story, right underneath there, I mentioned the chipmunks were starting to dig a hole, and I kind of thought they were being cute and making a place to hide, but they have actually burrowed out, and this is only within 2 weeks, burrowed out a hole, and I'm pretty sure they're down into the stones of my foundation. The way these old foundations are made, they're straight on the inside, but they taper, and there's no mortar between the stones, so I think they got in there, and hopefully they're staying on the outside of the foundation and not busting through to the inside. The other neat thing I noticed this morning is if you look at my sidewalk, these are all the Stewartia pseudocamellia seed pods, and somebody's been coming out here and eating them. What you should be seeing is this. So even though it's a Stewartia pseudocamellia, which isn't a native, what I like to refer to as woodland creatures are having no problem eating them. But I hope they don't eat them all, because usually there's enough extra seeds that some of them start germinating under the tree here. The Montauk daisies are in full bloom, and again, don't hold this against the daisies. They just got clobbered by a very heavy rainstorm. But late October, Montauk daisies, as opposed to a Shasta daisy, the foliage is it's waxier and it's a little bit thicker. And some folks have asked me about the PG hydrangea, and last year, if you take a look at the tips of the branches, I cut the whole thing back by about 4 feet. And just notice that this is where I cut, and right below where I cut, it developed new buds. So I can't really say if this is the right course of action for a PG hydrangea, but for the age of this shrub, it was just getting too big, and I hacked it and whacked it, and I mean, I got this nice kind of umbrella effect with the blooms, which are pretty big. Still haven't got the flowering kale in, the flowering cabbage in. But it is cool to look out the window and see. I'm not sure if this chipmunk hole was here or not when I was doing the vole video, but this one is new, and they have dug over here before and abandoned it, so they're back. Hopefully they're not bad. I was looking out the kitchen window the other day, and there was a chipmunk in the rain, and it would kind of go out, grab a maple seed, and then run back under this rudbeckia. So my neighbor pruned back his apple tree, so I put some of these branches there to see if that would give the chipmunks some good cover on their way to the feeders back here. And I usually see that blue jay. I usually put some peanuts on that branch, and unfortunately they ate them all already, but there's usually, and I have a video of this, I'll show you, there's usually some peanuts on this branch here, and then I'll put some peanuts up there, and the ravens are first. Sorry, the blue jays are first, but then the ravens will come. The ravens are a little more shy, so once they think I've gone inside, then they'll come and start snacking. So I'm going to kind of stay back a little bit, but this has been my kind of work in progress, where there's the hawks come, so I've got 3 logs I've been putting bird seed on, and the hawks come, and it's really sad when you come out and you just find a tuft of feathers. So what I did is I started putting some logs in the ground and mixed some branches with the logs to kind of screen the hawks. And then what I did is, again, my neighbor cut some of his apple tree, so I took the branches, they were just the right size to lean on what I already had and create more of like a thicket. And now what you're seeing is I mixed in, there was some viburnum dentatum, arrowwood viburnum, so I put 3 of them there just to see how they look. And I think I'm going to get 2 more and just kind of make a thicket over here, and just give them a good, the habitat they enjoy to eat their seed. And I do have to figure out a way to get in the thicket to put the seed in there, but I think with 3 arrowwoods slowly getting bigger, and then I've got the branches, I'll just make the feeding station literally inside the thicket there, so they feel a little more comfortable. They seem to be doing all right today, though. And then I've been noticing hoof prints more. The deer coming back between the hoof prints. I'll notice after a rainstorm. If you take a look here, you can kind of see where the deer came through. But they've been, for the last month or so, every once in a while, I don't really know what makes them decide to. They'll just eat a third of one of the impatiens in the front of the house, but it grows out of it within a week or 2. But the bird feeder, the area I just showed you, is over there, so they'll kind of come through and nibble over there and then work their way over here. I do feed the birds, but I think I mentioned in other videos, we have a ton. I mean, my house is surrounded by really old sugar maples, which makes great shade. But these are all the seeds from sugar maples. So what they'll do, and when I say they, I mean the squirrels, the mice, and the chipmunks, is they'll take that and they actually strip the seed pod, and they'll save just this little round seed. So sometimes if you're going through brush, or in my basement, you'll find a whole bunch of little round seeds, which are what the mice are storing for food. But I mean, there's enough food, there's enough food. I mean, all these are maples, sugar maples, so there's enough food around here that you're gonna have rodents from squirrels, chipmunks, mice, whatever, all around the yard. That's just a fact of life. Over here, something's digging up the lawn, and I was thinking maybe it was the The voles coming back, Volmageddon, they're back, but I honestly can't really figure out if this is maybe squirrels. I don't know what that is. And it's like, it really doesn't bother me. This is away from the house. I'm walking around trying to feel if I feel any trails or tunnels around here, and I don't. But I don't know if somebody's digging for grubs, if somebody's digging for what the squirrels buried. Where are we? What the squirrels buried. But somebody's digging over here. Go figure. All right, folks, that's really all I got for you today. I mean, it is just an utterly, it's one of those really damp mornings after a ton of rain. Any work outdoors today is going to be muddy, slippery, and unpleasant. So we might make today a movie day. But I don't know, folks. Don't forget to like the video, write a comment, let me know what you think is digging in my yard, and let me know if you want to do more, you know, short videos too. I think the secret to whatever YouTube is, and I really can't figure out why, it's probably me, not you. I don't know what you're seeing that's interesting in this, but if you are, hit the like button. Let me know, all right? Take care, folks. We'll see you soon.